Hey guys, today we're traveling from Italy to Turkey, and of course, my Italian father in law came to drop us at the bus stand, like it's an emotional Bollywood ending. So come with us and watch till the end to see how chaotic this journey gets. So we finally reached the bus station, and the weather decided to become a whole movie scene: fog, clouds, zero visibility, dramatic for no reason. And while filming, a bus literally almost hit me. Like, sir, I'm trying to vlog. But honestly, the station was huge. Buses were coming from everywhere, people everywhere, but somehow it was still super clean. Like, people were actually cleaning the station. Maybe it happens in India too. I've personally never seen it. Meanwhile, my bus missing, disappeared, vanished. And obviously, instead of panicking, I started eating because my love for food is honestly stronger than my survival instincts. So I got this chocolate cornetto, and oh my god, it was amazing. But thankfully, my husband went into full detective mode and found the bus because at that point, I had already mentally accepted living at the station. So we finally started the journey, and on the way, I got to see the Italian countryside. And honestly, why is even the countryside so pretty here? Like when I travel by train in India and see some countryside areas, I'm usually thinking, yeah, absolutely not. But here it actually looked peaceful and inviting. Cute little houses, green views, everything looked aesthetic for no reason. And the craziest part is that it still didn't feel isolated. Everything seemed so connected to the cities and well organized. A part of me was like, maybe this is why the West is so developed, because they colonized half the world. Not Italy specifically, but still. But honestly, it also gave me hope that one day India could become like this too. And honestly, that's not even a cliche to me anymore because India is already becoming a superpower. And maybe then I'll even move back to India one day. If I say that out loud to my husband, he'll actually lose it because he loves Italy too much and can't even imagine leaving. And yeah, that's also a kind of privilege, I guess. He's from a richer country, I'm from a less developed one, so the moving back conversation is never really equal. Anyway, this is the route from Naples to Rome Fiumicino Airport, or whatever the correct Italian pronunciation is. Italian names are honestly a full-time struggle for me. And then we arrived at the airport, and honestly, airports are one thing that feel the same everywhere. Even in India, it's pretty much the same vibe. Big, busy, crowded, people rushing everywhere. So yeah, no real difference when it comes to airport. Meanwhile, I saw people from all over the world, probably heading back home. And for a second, even I thought, I wish I was going home too. But we had arrived way too early at the airport. So we were just stuck in that waiting area, waiting and waiting, doing the most unglamorous part of travel. While I was waiting around, I suddenly got hungry, so we went to explore the food section. And of course, I found poke bowl. I have a soft corner for it. There were sandwiches, burgers, everything, but obviously airport prices are insane. I still don't understand why everything there costs like a luxury experience. I ended up getting a burger, but they literally gave me a burnt one. Fine on top, completely burnt underneath. And I just didn't have the courage to go back and complain. So I ate the whole burnt burger in silence. Of course, what do you do while waiting at an airport? You start calling people you haven't spoken to in years. Like suddenly I became the most social person on earth. Then I took the escalator and started shooting reels for my Instagram, which has like no followers, so I really don't know who I'm even doing this for. Same energy on YouTube. A lot of effort for questionable results. And then I found this pink cafe. Everything was pink. Cups, plates, vibe. I don't know if it was for women empowerment or just aesthetic, but I'm choosing to believe it was both. I don't really understand Italian anyway, so I'm just guessing based on color psychology at this point. I was fully sold by the presentation, even though I didn't even try the coffee, because of course I went for ginseng. Ginseng is love. Espresso is fine, but ginseng has my heart. Of course, I discovered ginseng in Italy. In India, I never had it. I just knew it as Chinese coffee. And honestly, I still haven't even researched what it really is. And when you're traveling with your husband, life is easy. You just follow him blindly like everything is under control. But then for the sake of reels, I suddenly became an independent woman. Grabbed the suitcase, started acting like I'm handling everything myself for the camera. Then I walked past all these luxury stores. Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Bulgari, obviously just walking past. Not entering because my bank account would cry. And honestly, I always wonder who actually shops there because most of the time they're just empty anyway. I've only ever seen rich housewives or socialites going into these luxury stores, buying on camera, showing off collections, and some middle class people trying a bit too hard to flex money that isn't really there. But honestly, it's just not for me. Then I went for ramen because, of course, even in an Italian airport, I'm not abandoning my Asian roots. It looked amazing and it actually tasted even better. And yes, I'm not the chopsticks Asian, I'm the spoon Asian, so I fully enjoyed my ramen like that. And then finally, I boarded the flight, excited for Turkey. We finally landed in Izmir, Turkey. First thing I saw, Yellow taxis everywhere, which instantly reminded me of Kolkata. Honestly, Kolkata is famous for that, and well, that's enough said. Then we went to the hotel, and I was honestly shocked. It reminded me how little money can buy you actual luxury outside Europe. In Italy, this same place would have cost a fortune. Here, it was just normal. The room was beautiful, super comfortable, and we booked it right next to the airport because we had no idea about the city and needed to catch a bus to Marmaris the next day. And my most important review, the bathroom. Clean, approved. But the bad thing about the hotel was no food, so we had to go back to the airport just to eat, and it honestly felt like a movie. Late night airport, tired, just roaming around looking for food. Then I found this cafe called Kitab, which reminded me of Hindi Kitab. And yes, there were books everywhere, but who actually reads books when they come to eat? Not me. I'm here to eat only. I started with Coke Zero first because somehow I can eat all the sugar and carbs in the world, but Coke has to be zero always. Then I got a donor, and when I saw the rice, I was already sold. Asian brain activated. And honestly, the food was amazing. I was like, okay, Turkish food, I'm already in love. Fries, salad, everything was perfect. But the price? Even more expensive than Rome Airport. What is happening, Turkish Airport? And then we grabbed some midnight snacks and finally went to sleep. I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye. Stay tuned for my Turkish adventures.